Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be talking about the NYX Stay Matte Not Flat Powder Foundation. Now this review slash tutorial is in collaboration with 5 other girls, so there's 6 of us total. So hopefully you'll be able to find someone who has a similar skin type or color to you. Hi Molly, you're coming to join us? Molly's in here. Hi Thuppers. That's the look she has on her face right now. So this is a collaboration with 5 other girls, so hopefully you will find someone who's similar to you as far as your skin type or texture goes. So for myself personally, I bought the color Natural. The number is SMP03. I feel like it works fairly well for myself, but I wish I'd gone a little bit lighter. I'm not really sure what shade that would be. Something worth throwing out that I forgot to mention is that this particular foundation has over 30 shades online on the NYX website. So that's pretty awesome, and there will definitely be a link to this powder foundation left down below if you want to go check it out. Along with everyone else who's in the collaboration, their links, their channel links, and video links will be down below, so definitely go check them out. I really hope you guys enjoy everything we have to talk about here today. Maybe learn a little something new. Personally, the reason I love this foundation is because it cuts out the step of needing to wet my beauty blender. I don't have to set my face either, which just makes everything go a little bit faster. And being a busy mom, this is great for a day-to-day look. This is definitely a light to medium coverage, and it's buildable, so you can definitely go further. If you do wet your beauty blender and use it on the foundation, it will supposedly make it a more full coverage foundation. I personally did not try that method, but one of the other girls in the group did, so you will have to go watch everybody else to find out what she thought of wetting the beauty sponge to apply the foundation. Personally, the best method I found for application is using a dry beauty sponge. I use the Real Techniques beauty sponge. I just use the flat side of it, and I'm able to apply it all over my face. I do it in an upward motion, and I feel like that works the best. I have tried it using just a regular powder brush, and that just made a giant mess, kicking up a bunch of powder, and I didn't get anything on my face. It did nothing that way. The other way I found that worked really well is using the little puff that comes inside of it. So one thing I'm going to talk about real quick here is how to open this foundation, because when I very first bought it, I've had mine for well over a month now, I wasn't really sure how to get into it. So there's a little button down here. I just realized I've been filming this entire thing without my light on. I'm an idiot. Okay, woo, a bright light. Maybe now you guys can see what I'm going to be talking about. Can we focus? Hi, hello, hi camera. Okay, so there's a little button right here that you push. Now when I first got it, the way it looks, I don't know how well are you guys seeing this? It looks like a little lip. Like, it looks like you would put your nail under there and flick it up. It doesn't work like that, and I could not figure it out. So there's the little button right here. It looks like a little lip that you would like push open. You push it in, and then it pops up. Nifty, right? So as you can see, I've already hit pan. I love this stuff. I will be rebuying it. It's got a nice little mirror in there, so if you're on the go, you need to take it with you. And then if you push back a little bit further, it lifts up down here to expose the little poof underneath. And this guy works really well as well for applying the foundation if you don't have a beauty sponge, but I feel like you get more of a lighter coverage to it than if you actually use a beauty sponge. So that's definitely the way that I recommend going. So without any further ado, let's get into the tutorial part of how to apply this foundation. So first thing I do before I apply my foundation is I put on my e.l.f. primer. You guys know if you've been watching me for a while that this is like a major favorite. I love this stuff. It really helps tone down any of the redness in my skin. But that's not a review about this, so. Okay, so one thing I have noticed about this foundation is that when I apply a cream concealer, under eye concealer, on top of it, I do end up with quite a bit of creasing, which isn't that surprising because you really shouldn't do your creams on top of your powders because it causes creasing. So what I found that really works is I like to take my Instant Age Rewind and put it under my eyes right now, and then we're going to put a brightening powder on top of it after we put on our foundation. And I like to just blend it out with my fingers. I find this works really well. And the nice thing about this foundation and this whole makeup process is that it cuts out the need to wet your beauty blender and it cuts out the need to set your foundation. And so just using my fingers helps keep me from needing to go wet my my beauty blender, or I guess it's a Real Technique sponge. Now that our concealer is on, we're going to go ahead and take our NYX foundation. And as you can see, I have already hit pan. I'm loving this stuff. I think it's great. It's a pretty decent coverage. I'd say it's a medium to full coverage, and for me it lasts all day. I think it does a great job. I love it. It really just helps me cut in half. I know some of the girls that I'm traveling with said that it lasts a bit for them, but for me it really does. But we're just going to take the plastic kind of the Real Technique sponge, and it's dry. It's a dry Real Technique sponge. I'm going to start buffing this on an upward motion. And then anywhere that needs a little extra, we can build the foundation, which is really nice. It is buildable. It does kick up a little bit of powder, but I mean, I think that's to be expected because it is a powder foundation. And I think we're pretty good. That's what it looks like once it's on. I feel like it's really, really pretty. Sorry, my phone's going off. I feel like it's a really pretty foundation. It is a little bit yellow for my skin tone. I think I would have went a shade lighter than this if I buy it again. But after I do all my contour and highlight, I feel like it blends out pretty well. So after that, as I mentioned, I like to apply a brightening powder. So I've been using the Wet n Wild Color Icon contouring palette in the color Caramel Toffee, and I'm just using the highlighting illuminating highlight illuminate powder. I know it says highlight. This is far from a highlight. It's not a highlight by any means, but it is a very brightening powder, and I find that it works really, really well to set my under eye concealer. Which, if you notice, when I was doing my foundation, I don't bring the foundation up into the under eye area. Not too far. I do a little bit, but not too far. I still want that to mostly just be my concealer. And then I just set that with this powder. This powder, I'm in love. I can't say enough good things about this powder. And I just put it anywhere that I'd like to have my face be a little bit brighter, which would be my chin, my nose, and my forehead. And I love this, especially if you don't want to have like a super bright highlight. I know, especially if you're working, or maybe you're just a little bit of an older woman. You might not want that super bright, glittery highlight. And this will help brighten areas of the face without having, you know, like shiny spots on your forehead and your nose and your chin. And so this is just a good way to be able to bring a little bit of brightening to your face. Again, I love this powder. It is from Wet n Wild, so I'm sure it's not very expensive. This was given to me by one of my friends here on YouTube. So I'm not really sure how much it costs, but I'm betting it's like $5 or less. I really doubt it's that expensive, but I can't say enough good things about it. So after that, I just go in with my contour, which I'm just using the same palette, just using the contour color in here. And I like this contour pretty well. It's a nice contour, but I wouldn't say it's anything special. Not like the illuminating powder that's next to it. But it is a decent contour. And I use it because I have it. Why not? From there, I'm going to jump into the LA Girls palette. This is the Spice palette, and I'm going to be using the second blush right here. It's kind of a mauve pink color. And then for the last one here is my highlight. I do still use a highlight. It's the Little Last powder here is the highlight in this palette. And I love this palette. It's really nice. I haven't used all of it. I still have a blush and a bronzer to try in it, but I really like it. I'm going to go ahead and set my face with the Hard Candy setting spray. And then with the magic of editing, I'm going to finish up my brows and my eyelashes. And they're done, and that's all I do. That is pretty much my daily makeup routine. That is my review for the NYX foundation. Again, I love this stuff. I think it's awesome. It works so well. It does for me, lasts all day long. And as a busy mom, I can't get enough of it. I mean, I don't have to go wet my beauty blender or my makeup sponge, which is all the way on the other side of the house to get to the sink. I'm not having to set my foundation, so that like cuts out a whole step. I can't get enough of this stuff. I love it. This will definitely be a rebuy for me. So that's how I like to apply the foundation. Again, it's the NYX Stay Matte Not Flat powder foundation. It really is a great product. I hope you guys really enjoyed the review, and I hope you go check it out in stores. I would definitely be rebuying it. It's fantastic for great day-to-day use. It just cuts out a couple of steps with your makeup and just makes everything a lot easier. Now remember that they do have 30 shades online on the NYX website, and that will be linked down below. I am in the shade Natural, if you forgot. And don't forget that this is a collaboration with 5 other girls. There are 6 of us total, and all of their channel links will be down below. So go check out their review of the foundation as well. I think a lot of them liked it as well. At least I hope they did. So thank you so much for spending time with me and watching this video. I really hope you enjoyed. If you did, I hope you decide to stick around and hit the subscribe button. I do put out videos every Tuesday and Thursday, and sometimes on Saturdays. I hope you guys have a fantastic rest of your week and your day. I'm rambling, which is what I'm so good at, just talking about nothing. So I will see you guys in my next video.